So what is a female narcissist? Because if you don't know what you are dealing with, you'll keep blaming yourself for a battle you never started. Let's start with the basics. The term narcissist gets thrown around a lot, but we are not just talking about someone who's a little selfish or confident. We are talking about a pattern of behavior rooted in narcissistic personality disorder. These women have an inflated sense of self-importance, a deep need for admiration, a lack of empathy for others, and an ability to manipulate with zero remorse. Female narcissists are often covert. They hide behind smiles, tears, and guilt trips. She might not yell, but she will cut you down with a well-timed silent treatment or a passive-aggressive jab. She becomes cold, critical, entitled. You get blamed for everything. Your needs are minimized. Her pain is always louder than yours. Her image becomes more important than your well-being. She weaponizes emotions, cries to avoid accountability, flirts to gain control, then flips the script and tells you you are being paranoid. It's mental warfare, and most men have no clue what's really happening. Let me break down key traits to look out for. If you recognize several of these, you may be dealing with a female narcissist, not the kind you see in movies, not the over-the-top dramatic kind. I'm talking about this subtle, manipulative, emotionally abusive woman who tears you down over time while the world thinks she's amazing. And this isn't just me talking. These are real stories from real men just like you who commented on my videos and said, "Man, you just described my life." Let's start with the beginning because it always starts great, right? She's charming, sweet, emotionally dialed in. She says things like, "You are the love of my life." She mirrors your values, maybe even talks marriage and kids early on. But then something changes. One guy on my TikTok account said, "I never knew what a narcissist even was until I met the perfect one." Another user said, "She eroded me till I didn't even know who I was anymore." You see, narcissistic women don't usually blow up in the beginning. They study you. They learn your weaknesses, they find your insecurities, and then they slowly start using them against you. Now let's talk about what life is really like behind the scenes, behind closed doors. You come home from work and you can feel the energy shift the second you walk in. Like another person commented on my TikTok video and said, "I could just look at her and know how the day was going to go." That's not love, that's survival mode. Female narcissists use a unique blend of passive aggression, guilt tripping, emotional withdrawal, and if they are really skilled, public praise mixed with private punishment. They'll flirt with other men in front of you and say you are insecure. They withhold affection and call you emotionally distant. They triangulate, turning your kids, your friends, even your own mother against you. Another guy on my TikTok channel said, 27 years, she told me if I left, I'd never see our kids again. Then she cheated and discarded me. Now they want nothing to do with me. That is emotional warfare. Can a narcissistic woman actually be faithful? Here's the truth. A female narcissist isn't loyal to people. She's loyal to attention, image, and control. If you stop feeding her ego, she'll look for validation somewhere else. That doesn't always mean physical cheating, but it does mean emotional betrayal. She may flirt online, keep backup guys, or use male friends to make you feel insecure. And when you call it out, she flips it on you. You are just insecure. That's not love, my friend. That's manipulation dressed up in gaslighting. Why is it that every marital problem somehow gets pinned on the husband? She's unhappy, your fault. She's cold, you must not be affectionate enough. She yells, you are probably not listening. She's emotionally distant. You are not doing enough to make her feel secure. But no one's asking, what's it doing to you? Why are you walking on eggshells in your own damn house? Let me guess. You go to work, you come home, you help with the kids, the house, the bills, you fix what's broken, you solve the problems. You swallow your pain just to keep the peace. And what do you get? Criticism, coldness, attitude, and a running list of everything you don't do. Here's the harsh truth. You are not seen as a partner. You are treated like a project, something to be managed, controlled, corrected. And if you ever dare to bring it up, she flips it. I guess I'm just a terrible wife, huh? Maybe you should just leave. You are being too sensitive. Suddenly, she's the victim again, and you are apologizing for even having a need. The blame game. Let me break it down. You are not her husband. You are her emotional punching bag. Because somewhere along the way, our culture made it normal to blame men for everything. If she's unhappy, it's on you. If the marriage is falling apart, you must have failed her. No one talks about her behavior. This is how a narcissistic woman treats her husband. She doesn't scream every day. Sometimes she just withdraws. She controls the tone of the house, the schedule, even your faith. She mocks your ideas, criticizes how you parent, makes you the villain every time you bring up a concern. Publicly, she plays the sweet wife. Privately, she withholds love, affection, and respect. It's a slow erosion, not obvious abuse. But the goal is the same: power and control over you.
Most men in toxic relationships with female narcissists don't even realize they are being abused. It's not because they are weak, but because society has trained us to suck it up, be the rock, keep the peace. But let me ask you something. What's the cost of all that peacekeeping? Your confidence, your sanity, your identity? If you are in a relationship with a narcissistic woman, chances are you have already lost parts of yourself. So here's what narcissistic women do. Here's how it all starts. She love bombs you, tells you you are amazing, that she never felt this way before, makes you feel like the king of her world. And then the slow bleed begins. Suddenly, you are always wrong. You are too emotional. You are not doing enough. You're doing too much. She rewrites the rules every day, and you are always losing the game. You walk on eggshells, you apologize just to avoid the explosion, and when you finally try to speak your mind, she flips it. She gaslights you, makes you question your own reality. Let me make something crystal clear. This is not normal. This is emotional warfare, and the worst part, nobody sees it from the outside. Because she smiles in public, posts family selfies, plays the victim when you start pulling away. Meanwhile, you are dying inside silently. You start losing your edge. You stop taking care of yourself. You isolate and you feel ashamed. That's not a relationship. That's psychological submission. But let me tell you this, staying in a toxic relationship to be a good man is just slow motion self-destruction. You are not helping anyone by staying silent. You are not protecting your kids by being a ghost of yourself, and you are not man enough just because you tolerate disrespect. Real men face the truth. You want to take your power back? It starts with one decision. No more being passive, no more guilt, no more hoping she'll finally change, because she won't.